Let's clear up one of the biggest misconceptions about paying for college right now. You don't actually apply for federal student loans through a bank, and there's no separate, mysterious application hidden away on a government website. The process is built into a system you're probably already aware of, and if you understand the steps, it's surprisingly straightforward. But if you get the sequence wrong, or miss a crucial deadline, you could leave thousands of dollars in financial aid on the table. I'm talking about grants, work-study, and those all-important federal loans with their low, fixed interest rates and flexible repayment plans. The anxiety around this comes from not knowing the path. What is the FAFSA, really? What happens after you submit it? How do you actually get the money? This video is your definitive roadmap. We are going to walk through the entire federal student loan application process from absolute start to finish. I'll show you the one form that starts it all, how to interpret your financial aid offer, and the two critical steps you must complete after you accept your loan. By the end, you'll know exactly how to secure this funding confidently and responsibly. The entire universe of federal student aid, including loans, revolves around a single, crucial form, the FAFSA, which stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. This is not a loan application in itself, but it is the gateway. By submitting the FAFSA, you are applying for the entire financial aid package from your school, which includes grants, work-study, and federal loans. You cannot get a federal student loan without filling out the FAFSA. It is the non-negotiable first step. The FAFSA collects financial information from you and, if you're a dependent student, or parents. The government uses this data to calculate your Student Aid Index, or SAI, which colleges then use to determine how much aid you're eligible for. The most important thing to know about the FAFSA is that it is time-sensitive. It opens on October 1st for the following academic year, and there are 3 sets of deadlines you need to be aware of: the federal deadline, your state deadline, and the deadlines for each college you're applying to. The college and state deadlines are often much earlier and are the most critical. Missing a priority deadline for your state or your dream school could mean missing out on grants, which is free money you don't have to pay back. So, step 1 is to find those deadlines and mark them on your calendar. Before you sit down to fill out the FAFSA, preparation is key. You need to gather your documents. Trying to fill it out on the fly will lead to mistakes and frustration. You'll need your social security number, your driver's license if you have one, and your federal income tax returns from 2 years prior. For the 2024-2025 FAFSA, that's your 2022 tax return. This is because the FAFSA uses prior year data, meaning you're using information from a return that's already been filed, which makes the process more accurate. You'll also need records of untaxed income and current statements for your bank accounts and investments. If you're a dependent student, your parent needs to gather the exact same set of documents for themselves. Having everything in one place before you start is the #1 way to ensure a smooth and successful FAFSA submission. With your documents ready, you'll head to the official website, which is studentaid-.gov. The first thing you need to do is create an FSA ID. This is your legal electronic signature for all things federal student aid. It's a username and password. Here's a critical point: if you are a dependent student, you and one of your parents must create your own, separate FSA IDs. Do not create one for your parent. They must do it themselves, as the system verifies their identity with the Social Security Administration. This FSA ID is for life. You'll use it to sign the FAFSA, to sign your loan contracts, and to manage your loans after you graduate. Once you have your FSA ID, you can log in and start the FAFSA. You'll select the correct academic year and then begin entering your personal and financial information. The form will guide you through it, and for most people, the best option is to use the IRS Data Retrieval Tool, which securely imports your tax information directly from the IRS into your FAFSA. This is the most accurate method and greatly reduces the chance of your application being flagged for errors. After you complete all the sections and list the colleges you want to receive your information, you and your parent will sign it with your respective FSA IDs and submit it. After you submit your FAFSA, The waiting game begins, but it's an active wait. Within a few days, you'll receive your student aid report, or SAR, via email. This is not a bill or a loan offer. It's a summary of the information you provided on your FAFSA. Your most important job now is to review your SAR carefully for any mistakes. If everything is correct, you can file it away. The real action happens next, when the financial aid offices at the colleges you listed on your FSA receive your data. They will use this to prepare your financial aid offer, sometimes called an award letter. This is the document you've been waiting for. It will outline the total cost of attendance for that school and then detail the financial aid package they are offering you to help meet that cost. It's essential to read this offer carefully, as the structure is very intentional. Your financial aid offer will list aid in a specific order, and understanding this order is key to borrowing wisely. The first items listed are grants and scholarships. This is free money that you do not have to pay back. You should always accept all of this. Next, you might see work-study, which is an opportunity to earn money through a part-time job. Then, at the bottom, you will see the federal student loan options. This is where you'll see the types and amounts of loans you are eligible for. The most common loans for undergraduates are direct subsidized loans and direct and subsidized loans. A direct subsidized loan is awarded based on financial need. The huge advantage here is that the U.S. Department of Education pays the interest on the loan while you remain in school at least half-time and for the first 6 months after you leave school. A direct and subsidized loan is not based on financial need, and you are responsible for all the interest that accrues from the moment the loan is disbursed. You can choose to pay the interest while you're in school or let it capitalize, which means it gets added to your principal loan balance. When you look at the loan amounts on your offer, it's crucial to remember one thing: the number you see is the maximum you can borrow, not what you should borrow. This is a critical distinction. Your goal should be to borrow the absolute minimum you need to cover your essential educational expenses. You do not have to accept the full amount. In fact, I strongly encourage you to calculate your actual needs. Add up your tuition, fees, books, and reasonable living expenses, then subtract your grants, scholarships, and any personal savings or family contribution. The result is a much more accurate picture of what you truly need to borrow. Accepting less than the full offer is one of the smartest financial decisions you can make. To officially accept the loans, you'll follow your college's specific procedure, which is usually done through their online student portal. Accepting the loan in your portal is not the final step. There are 2 more mandatory requirements you must complete before the funds can be sent to your school. The first is called entrance counseling. This is a short, online interactive tutorial that explains your rights and responsibilities as a borrower. It's not a test, it's a guide to ensure you understand the terms of your loan, how interest works, what your repayment options will be, and the serious consequences of defaulting on your loan. The second requirement is signing the Master Promissory Note, or MPN. This is the legal contract between you and the Department of Education. It spells out the precise terms of your loan, including the interest rate, fees, and the repayment schedule. You will complete both the entrance counseling and sign the MPN on the studentaid-gov website, using your FSA ID. Once these 2 steps are finished, your college will schedule the disbursement of the funds. The money is sent directly to your school to pay your tuition and fees first. If there is any money left over, the school will issue a refund to you, which you should use for other educational expenses like rent, food, and books. Before we finish, I have to end with a crucial disclaimer. Taking on student debt is a significant financial decision that will impact you for years after graduation. Federal student loans are a much safer and more flexible option than private loans, but they are still a serious obligation. They are real debt that must be repaid. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. You must consider your own financial situation and future earning potential. Borrow responsibly by only taking what you need. Look for ways to minimize your costs, such as attending a community college for your first 2 years or working part-time. The goal is to get your education without burdening your future self with an unmanageable level of debt. Your call to action is simple. If you plan to attend college in the next academic year, go to studentaid-gov today and create your FSA ID. Then, find the FSA deadlines for your state and your top colleges and mark them on your calendar. Taking these first steps now will set you up for a smooth and successful financial aid process. Thanks for watching.